Hello and welcome to the ROKER Report podcast in association with Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen. My name's Rich Spade and I'm joined this afternoon for a bit of debrief after that very disappointing end to the Fleetwood game by Bomber. How are you this afternoon, mate?
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, Rich. I think I'm probably feeling the same as you are right now. And I think we were both feeling very, very differently about 15-20 minutes ago.
Yeah, pissed off.
Yeah.
I think they might have to put a little E next to this podcast for explicit
explicit content.
Because I'm not fucking holding back. That was very disappointing. I mean, Jesus, last minute, obviously they get a pen. Looks like one of the softest pens you'll ever see given. What was your opinion? I mean, I
thought it was on the penalty or just on
the pen.
Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty, mate. I mean, I know I'm looking through Sunderland red and white tinted glasses, but I do on things like penalty decisions. I try and remain as objective as I can, and I've seen the replay, a dozen times, and I can't see that there's a foul there. There's people saying that Bailey Wright's grabbing his shirt. It's difficult to say. I mean, I feel the ref's just trying to make amends for giving us what he thought was a soft penalty. I think 99 times out of 100, a competent referee doesn't give that. So he's obviously feeling some sort of guilt somewhere. Because I certainly didn't see the foul. I
mean, I did write down, was he pulling him back? Because that is the only thing that he could have given it for. Maybe he was a bit close. Maybe even fucking had an arm around him. But you see that 1,000 times during a game.
Yeah.
And in terms of equalising it up, I mean, earlier in the half, obviously, we got our second goal through Luke O'Nien being pulled back at the far post, which was clearly a foul. Now, so I don't think there's anything to equal up.
So was it for that then? Did we clear that up? Because they were a bit unsure as to whether it was the pull on Luke O'Nien or the guy. There was the guy who actually went down, the Fleetwood guy who went down. The referee went and spoke to him, and he was pulling Corey Evans down.
Yeah, it was a Hill.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was for one or the other, but I'm not sure who it was actually for in the end, and I'm not sure that they got to the bottom of it on the commentary either.
When they put the post-match interviews up, it'll get cleared up. But anyway, there was a pen when I thought it was quite clearly a foul on Luke O'Nien at the back post. Whatever happened in the middle, I mean, because I thought he was going to score. I'm sitting with our Tom going, score, because he was clearly free at the back post and being pulled back. So it was just a bit gutting really, because up until I guess 75 minutes really, up until we scored the pen, we looked class. We looked really in control. Obviously, the second half was a bit scrappier than the first. First half I thought we played excellent. Really, they had one big chance on 16 minutes when the ball got played over the top. Doyle got the wrong side. It was 1-on-1 and Hoffman saved. And then there was a tackle in the box, which I thought could have been given as a pen back then.
Possibly. Possibly. That might have influenced the decision in the 95th minute or whenever it was that it was given. But
but Hoffman gets up and clears the ball away with his feet, which he did really, really well. A couple of minutes later, Winchester's filed outside the box. I mean, I noted it down because I thought it was a perfect position for an attacking free kick. And Embleton steps up to his free kick and a lovely header from Ross Stewart into the bottom corner. Classic goal for you?
Yeah, it was. It's kind of what you expect, or the type of goal that you expect Stewart to score, and it's almost a throwback to the exact type of goals that Charlie White was getting for us last season, wasn't it? Albeit to someone else crossing the ball in and someone else finishing it off. We've seen that type of goal tens of times last season. Movement was good. The delivery was absolutely fantastic.
It's top.
And considering Stewart's running towards that front post and he's managed to steer it into that front post, there's not a lot of margin for error there. It was a good goal. It was a pleasing one on the eye, certainly.
Yeah, I'm still fucking gutted here. I'm sitting here. I'm in pain.
Yeah, you got your head in your hands a bit, Rich.
I am because it was. I thought we had it in the bag. I really did. And
Same, mate.
I mean, they got one back, and it was a bit. I thought it was kind of coming to a certain extent. I thought we saw the good and the bad of Carl Winchester today. He's fantastic flying forward, but there's just one or two occasions when he gets caught defensively. He got caught a couple of times. One time he managed to get himself back and have a goal-saving tackle just before their player got the shot off in the second half, but he'd let the man get the wrong side of him.
Yeah, it was completely the wrong side, out of position. That for a fullback, it's the cardinal sin is letting a ball slide between yourself and your centre half, and that's exactly what happened. And he almost had to do a 360-degree pirouette before he realised that the man was running in behind him. Don't get me wrong, it was a great last-ditch tackle, but he should never have been in that position to have had to make it in the first place. But yeah, you pretty much took the words out of my mouth there, Rich. That we saw the best and the worst of him, because going forward, he was absolutely fantastic. But he did leave us a little bit exposed defensively. But that Morton, he looked quite a handy little player, didn't he? He
did. I mean, he was tricky. Obviously, he had a couple of little jinking runs into the box as well. But overall, I thought they were shite. I thought they weren't very good. And that's why I'm so gutted. If it had been an even game where they showed some real promise and we'd been kind of under the cosh, even when they were putting pressure on us, I didn't think we looked uncomfortable. And that's why it's so gutting to have it take. It does feel like...
Especially at 2-0 as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It just feels like it's been robbed. I mean, obviously we shouldn't have let them back into the game. And...
No.
I mean, I know I've been saying it in print and on our little thing on Twitter that we did last night, the Twitter Spaces, about the choice of putting Bailey Wright in and what it meant for not being able to bring Bailey Wright on in the last 10 minutes. Maybe he was just tiring at that point. It's the
Possibly.
first...
He's not played a lot, has he? So
yeah, it's the longest he's been on the pitch in the first team for a little while. I thought Fred Alves came on and looked really comfortable.
Won a couple of good headers.
Yeah, at the back post he got one, didn't he? But I'm just absolutely gutted, to be honest.
It's difficult to talk about this close to, from full time, isn't it? Because it's just so dejecting. Because I was hoping to come and speak to you and talk about another win, a comfortable 2-0, and then it was 2-1. I was like, okay, well, we're still going to win. At no point did I think that I was going to be coming on here talking about us throwing away a 2-0 lead and ending up drawing the game.
But bright sides, that's another point. We're still in the automatics. We're level on points with Wigan. Same kind of form. I think we've won all our games apart from drawing one and losing one, just like they have. They beat Accrington 4-1 away today, so it's obviously coming together a little bit for Wigan, who we've got coming up on Tuesday in the cup as well, haven't we? So
yeah.
That's going to be an interesting game. I mean, a couple of other things. Obviously, we've got a bigger pod coming up tomorrow, but a couple of other things. Embleton coming off for Broadhead. I thought Broadhead looked lively-ish, but
yeah, he got put himself about, didn't he, without necessarily doing anything spectacular. There was a lot of what's the word? There was a lot of endeavour there. There was a lot of work rate, but I don't think we saw enough of him, and certainly not what he's probably capable of. But there was some good. It was the fresh legs. It was good. He closed down the goalkeeper well. He closed down the fullbacks quite well. I don't know if you saw anything different, but I didn't see an awful lot of him going forward.
No, I think the fact that we conceded a goal kind of put the scuppers on Broadhead having a real influence on the game, because I think if we'd still been at 2-0, we probably would have been putting pressure on them, you know. So I think it could put Kibosh a little bit on him getting a good run out. It was more like he was having to be a bit of a target man at times. He's neat on the ball. But overall, just shite, really. It would have been lovely to be raving about it. It would have been lovely to be like, we've gone and broken that hoodoo at Highbury Stadium.
That was the thing. We used up our quota of positivity last night, Rich, on Twitter. So
that's it. Yeah. We used up most of our talking points as well.
yeah.
So we'll not keep the listeners. We'll go and drown our sorrows I think, and we'll rejoin this conversation again tomorrow in the ROKER Report main pod. Do look out for that. Also look out for the Lasses pod on Monday evening from 8 till 9. Hopefully we're going to get a guest from Lewis, who Sunderland ladies are playing at the Stadium of Light again next Sunday. But yeah, just fucking gutting, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Fucking Sunderland. One thing I was going to say was we've got a new typical Sunderland, which is kind of winning 2-1, but unfortunately, no.
No, that's good. You've got to save that for another week, mate.
Cheated from us at the last.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks for listening, everyone. And yeah, cheers for joining us, Bomber. And
no worries, mate.
See you all soon. Ta-ra.